everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Reactee. Today we are going to do another Fright Night Friday. It's getting awfully late in the season. I might have to start finding something else a little more jolly to do on Friday nights. But today is Fearsome's top 5, top 8 scary ghost videos that will leave you unnerved. So let's jump right into it.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. Get ready to dive into 8 unsettling videos of ghosts caught on camera. Number 1. On a warm night in July, the night was still except for the chirping of crickets. A Reddit user called Lone Butterfly was sitting in her home when a sudden loud bang caught her attention. Knowing the sound came from her garage, she pulled out her phone to check the playback on her security camera, and what she saw sent a chill down her spine.
Oh, wait, what is that? That is weird. It's like there's mist in her garage just randomly sitting on her car.
The camera in her garage captured a bizarre anomaly on top of her car. This strangely shaped mass slithered up her windshield and appeared to hover over the car's roof. It seemed to wiggle back and forth with an eerie fluid movement in a way that I've never seen. This Reddit user then headed to her garage to take a look for herself, but upon opening the door, this figure was gone. There was no smoke or fog that she could see, and no bugs were found near the camera. So what could this peculiar mass be, and why was it caressing?
That doesn't look like a bug at all. Like, not even close. A bug, generally you see the outline of the insect, and some parts like the wings might be transparent, but that looks like smoke over water, basically, or a thick mist over a river or something. That is weird.
Her car. Number 2. On the Paranormal Encounters subreddit, a chilling post emerged from a user named Technostrobe seeking answers to an unsettling event. On November 10th, after a visit to his father's house, he returned home late that evening. The moment he stepped inside, a jarring mechanical sound echoed through the room. As he cautiously moved forward, he realized the noise came from one of his tools, a device inexplicably switched on. Confused, he reviewed his security camera footage, and what he found sent a shiver down his spine. An electric duster had been resting untouched on the floor throughout the day. Yet with no warning, it suddenly toppled over and powered on as if by an unseen hand. Even more disturbing, the footage revealed several orbs drifting across the room. One in particular darted directly towards the duster moments before it fell. When Technostrobe discovered the tool hours after this eerie occurrence, it was incredibly hot to the touch. Incredibly unnerved, he could only stare at it.
Those little dusters, mechanical dusters like that, are used for cleaning keyboards and computers. They do get very hot very quickly because they're so compact. You're generally not supposed to leave those plugged in because they can short out and start on their own. But the orbs looked different than dust particles, and I've never seen dust particles do 55 to 60 degree turns. That was unusual.
And scratch his head as he had never seen it do this before. Number 3. A woman named Katie frequently shares videos on TikTok offering a glimpse into her life and family. And for some of these videos, she works with brands. Well, for one brand collaboration, Katie gathered her family to help her record a video. But when she later reviewed the footage, a cold chill crept down her spine, as hidden within the seemingly ordinary video was something that made her blood run cold. On the door behind the couch, a peculiar shadow can be seen moving. This slender silhouette slowly moved from left to right.
I gotta be honest, I didn't even see that. You had to really point that out. Like, they had an arrow pointing there the whole time. I still didn't see it. That's hard to believe.
Going unnoticed by the family. And what's incredibly strange about this is everyone that was in the house was in full view of the camera. And when this eerie shadow passed by, only the two kids on the right were slightly moving, leaving us to question who or what was casting this shadow.
When they do the black and white here, you can actually see it much more clearly, which is strange. It looks like a person kind of hunched over walking by.
Number 4. A paranormal investigator named Danny from the Spirit Walk Paranormal YouTube channel set out with his team to investigate the Greene County Almshouse. Located in Pennsylvania, this institution was established in the 19th century to provide care and shelter for the poor, elderly, and mentally ill who could not support themselves. Many of the residents were treated poorly, with some being beaten and even tortured. Reports of hauntings at the Greene County Almshouse include
historically, poor people, old people, homeless people, people with mental illness were not treated the best. A lot of these poor houses, almshouses, as they called them, were terrible. Most places have done away with them. I think there are some that still run similar shelter-style buildings like this, but some states, but they're just atrocious. And it was a very common thing for them to be beaten, abused. Some even killed for that little they had, which is quite sad.
Stories of ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and unexplained sounds. Visitors and paranormal investigators have described hearing footsteps echoing through the hallways, even when no one else was present, and experiencing sudden drops in temperature. Some have reported feeling an unseen presence watching them, or even witnessing shadowy figures moving in the corners of their vision. To kick off the investigation, Danny and his team set up multiple static cameras throughout the building. And before they knew it, something strange was caught.
That looks like a REM pod that they have. I forget what REM stands for, but it's just a little device that goes off if something breaks the... most of them have an antenna that puts out a bubble, basically, and if something breaks the bubble or touches the antenna, it makes a noise.
So we heard something up here making noise. It seems like you found something in the middle of the floor. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. What are the chances? I literally say you found something.
Introduce yourselves.
While no one was around, a REM pod sitting on the floor mysteriously began to go off. And after the team rushed upstairs to get a closer look, the device once again began to sound, letting them know that someone or something was close by. The crew remained on this floor as they tried to make contact. But when they eventually made their way to the first floor, they made an eerie discovery.
I actually felt okay.
It kept fluctuating for me. It's sweating me cold too.
Oh, dude, I was like, I felt under pressure.
It turned off.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you saw it on, like I showed you it recording.
Yeah, before we...
Did something down here turn the camera off?
Is there anyone down here with us?
Now, if you've ever played Phasmophobia, they have a dots projector set up. I've never actually seen a paranormal group use that before. I thought that was just a game thing. I wonder if it actually works. That would be interesting to find out. But yeah, like I said, I've only ever seen a dots projector in Phasmophobia. I've never seen an actual paranormal group use one before. That's pretty cool.
Is there anyone down here with us?
After Casey discovered her camera had somehow shut off, she set it back up to record. But eerily enough, at the same exact moment that the REM pod upstairs began to beep, her camera once again shut off by itself. Danny then began asking questions through the ghost tube app. But as soon as answers began to come through, the static camera upstairs caught something chilling.
Why are you here?
To talk to you.
Me.
Yeah, you. Who are you?
Dude, that was like instant, one after the other.
Yeah.
It almost sounded like maybe footsteps, the thump thump. But there was something else after that was mechanical sounding. I wonder what that was.
No, that was footsteps, man. That was someone running up and down a hallway. Who's running around upstairs?
The team went quiet, simply looking at each other after hearing footsteps moving above them. And after asking who's moving around upstairs, a disembodied voice seemed to answer. Later on, the team headed down to the dungeon, but while in the darkness, things got even weirder.
Yo. The Pavo tube is dead.
Oh. I feel kind of queasy.
Do you?
Yeah.
So. Oh no. What the f? This camera's down too.
What is going on with cameras?
It's reading full battery. It must have recorded for like a half hour. But this is, I've used this so many times. Like, it's recorded for like 60 plus minutes before.
A dark, guttural voice called out from the silence, saying, "We will meet you in hell." No one was on or near this floor when this voice was captured. So who or what could have left this haunting message? Number 5. Over on TikTok, a woman named Kaylee runs an...
That last one, I don't know what the Pavo was. I've never heard of that device before. But it's weird that the cameras kept shutting down on them. And that was a very eerie voice. Unless it was pre-recorded, I can't explain that if they were the only ones in the house and they were in the dungeon. Yee, I can't believe it had a dungeon.
an account called the Green Manor, with every video revolving around her 261-year-old house. This beautiful old home was built in 1763. According to Kaylee, a few months after moving in,
I think we've seen this one.
her and her husband started having weird experiences that they couldn't explain. She's noticed that a majority of the activity happens in her husband's office and the upstairs in general. This couple often hears disembodied footsteps that sound like someone is slowly walking around them. She's noticed jewelry suddenly go missing and has witnessed doors shutting completely on their own. When this activity seems to spike, she does her best to record what she can.
So I'm in my dining room right now. I'm just organizing some Christmas stuff. Don't judge me. I'm home alone, of course, because my husband left to run literally one errand that's going to take like 20 minutes. And I swear I'm hearing, like, I don't know, some sort of noise coming from upstairs in the Airbnb. No, we don't have guests up there right now. And even Susanna's chilling here with me, and she's been like looking up at the ceiling too, confirming that I'm not crazy. And I swear it's coming from my husband's office, because this room is notorious for hearing stuff above the ceiling. Oh my God. Absolutely not. Do you guys hear that? And of course, now that I'm up here, I don't hear anything, but I know I'm not crazy because, like I said, Susanna was looking around too.
I like how this couple is running a haunted Airbnb. That is cool.
And sometimes people have asked me, do you ever feel like someone's watching you or someone's up there with you? Yes. Sometimes I feel like there's literally someone following me, which I know sounds crazy, but it's not. Okay. We're just gonna finish the loop and then we're gonna run back downstairs.
Yeah, this is the place where there's a fireplace that she just walked by in one of the bedrooms, and on the other side in the kitchen there's another fireplace, and I said that was amazing home design. But if it's over 200 years old, that would save a lot of space instead of putting like 4 or 5 chimneys in the house.
Stepped foot into her husband's office, the floorboards above her began creaking as if someone was slowly walking around. She bravely headed upstairs alone, where these eerie sounds continued. Because of the amount of activity happening in the attic, she decided to install a camera. But when she received a notification from this camera, she was left feeling uneasy after...
Yeah, this is the one where we saw the door opening a bunch. And someone pointed out that there was a face in the crack. That was this house.
Viewing the footage.
Yeah, there it is there. Oops. The heck? That wasn't a face, though, this time. Wait, go back. Yeah, that looks like there's a chair or something there. So maybe in the last one, because that's not a, that doesn't look like a person anymore. 'Cause in the last video, all you saw was this part right here, and it looked like there was a face peeking through. But that does not. That looks like the leg of a chair or something.
A door in the attic suddenly creaked open from an unseen force before slowly drifting shut. This unsettling sight left Kaylee concerned that something dark was lingering in her home, and what she managed to catch on camera next left her heart pounding.
Did you hear how the door shook when she undid the main lock? It almost seems to me like there's some sort of pressure up there from a draft or something. But who knows? So she put that string from the inside of the door on a hook or something so the door wouldn't blow closed on her, which is smart. Yeah, see, there's the door, and there's this chair or whatever it is. She just proved that that other video was not a face. Not that I'm saying the place isn't haunted, because clearly the door is opening and closing on its own. That was lucky. The door came undone and closed, but the bottom wooden knob lock there was in the way, so it can close all the way. That's smart. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't remember her turning it that way. I think it was straight up and down and not side to side. Head and footboards of a bed. That's what that is. It's not a face.
As Kaylee opened the attic, she attached a string to a hook to keep the door propped open. She walked around the dark room, scoping the place out, but when she headed back downstairs, she came face to face with the attic door now closed. The string hanging from the door handle that was just attached to a hook a minute earlier was now dangling free. This chilling sight made the hair on her arms stand up. She looked around, hoping to find an explanation as to how this door possibly closed. But she was completely alone upstairs, and I don't see how this string could have possibly slipped off this hook. I need to give props where they're due, as Kaylee is insanely brave to go in that attic, because I wouldn't go anywhere near it. Number 6. A TikTok user that goes by Kuro works at UPS and often finds himself alone in a parking lot full of trucks at night. But often after locking up his truck and making his way through the lot, strange sounds seem to come from the shadows around him. He's experienced enough that he decided to record a TikTok talking about it. But while recording, he accidentally caught something chilling.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, these UPS trucks are like, feel like ghosts, man. You can't trust these things. You gotta be careful, because every time I'm at this place, I freaking hear a bunch of weird, crazy noises. Freaking stuff be opening by itself.
Dude, he just got out of that van, and then the back opens.
So yeah, it's time to go. Y'all think I'll be playing, bro? This will be crazy. So.
After locking up his truck, he turned back, and as he did, the door inside somehow slid open. This door inside the truck was securely closed and shouldn't be able to open on its own. And the timing of this makes it even more strange, as just moments after turning to face the truck, the door opened. At this point,
the timing was darn near perfect. Yeah, I don't know much about haunted vehicles. It could just be the lot, though. Maybe the haunting is taking place on the lot, and then the vehicles are just the easiest thing for the spirits to interact with.
He was totally done and ready to get out of there, but as he walked away, more strange sounds came from the truck.
Y'all think I'll be playing, bro? This will be crazy. So.
This eerie clip leaves us to wonder if this UPS truck could possibly be haunted, or was this just a creepy hoax?
If it's a hoax, then stop it, man. Just stop. Who needs that?
7. Over the last few months, I've been fixated on the startling TikTok account called Darkcha. Run by a woman named Rosanna, the post she shares can only be described as hair-raising evidence of an actual haunting unfolding before her. According to Rosanna, a dark, malevolent force has wormed its way into her home, wreaking havoc and tormenting her without mercy. The unsettling sight of objects moving on their own and unexplainable noises have driven her to leave her home several times. Now that she's back, she's trying her best to live life as normal. But when she set up a video projector trying to test it...
I think this is the French lady whose house was haunted with the... there was a video we saw a couple that I watched a couple weeks ago. I can't remember whose video it was, but she walked into her kid's room and there was no batteries in the radio that was playing. It wasn't plugged in or anything, and so it shouldn't have been playing. But I think this is the same woman by the sounds of it.
Before giving it to her children, things quickly went downhill as this evil entity seemed to return.
Yeah, this is the same apartment. It's all French, like the previous videos. I think I've seen 2 or 3 of the videos of hers, and they're super creepy. There was one with the radio and a voice calling for mama, even though her kids were staying with their father. I'll put it that way. And then there was one where she was alone, and she looked out in the hall and there was a child-shaped shadow that kept seeming to come closer every time the lights in the hall flashed. So she went in her room, closed the door, hid under the bed, and you could see a face in the window of her door to her bedroom as the lights flashed behind it. That was creepy too. So this lady, I think, is haunted, but I guess she can't get out of her lease. So that's unfortunate, but it's hard to find spots in, I think it's Paris she's in.
Celui qui devrait sur l'abri du triomphe repose en nous du puissant. Je tire ta mère.
I know you're scared, lady, but pointing your remote at the wall generally doesn't work. You have to point it at the projector, which is either beside you or behind you. I can't really tell from this. Flip the table up. Move the chair. Moved a trike. I don't know why the trike's in the house. And then flipped a table up. Oh, I guess they're in an apartment. Gotta have some place for the kids to pedal around. But flipping the table up, that looks like a substantial bit of weight. Wow. And it's the Little Mermaid scene where Ursula takes Ariel's voice. Ugh. That's creepy in and of itself.
Rosanna immediately began recording after hearing a strange noise coming from the fireplace. And as she did, a book was thrown from the shelf. In response, she grabbed her cross and began to pray. But this prayer seemed to upset the entity as a horrifying voice called out. As Rosanna frantically tried to shut off the projector, objects around the room began to move. She struggled to remain calm before eventually collapsing on the floor, unable to move. This alarming activity just won't seem to stop. And at this point, I think her best option would be to flee the country altogether. Number 8. A woman named Cher has been in the market to buy a new house. She found one she was interested in and decided to get together with her realtor to get a tour of the inside. The two met up and she began exploring the home's interior while recording a video to show her husband later on. But when she looks back on this video, she noticed that she caught something that she couldn't quite explain.
So that bathroom. And that goes...
After opening the door to a storage room, something was caught moving on the other side of the refrigerator. What looks like the head of a person walking into the room can clearly be seen.
I'm not sure if it's day or night there while she's doing that. It also looks like the door is open because you can see the light on the back of the person's head.
What looks like the head of a person walking into...
Yeah, right there. Back it up half a tick. That is light from the other room. And when she gets over there, the door's closed. So either someone came in, ducked, went back and closed the door, or an entity opened the door and walked through, because they didn't appear on the other side.
Walking into the room can clearly be seen, but as Cher walked over to that side of the room, there was no one to be found. And the only possible way that they could have gotten in or out was through this door that was still completely closed. Cher didn't notice this figure at the time, and claims that her and her realtor were the only two people inside of the house. So what exactly could this have been? Let me know what you think. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
Well, that was another good one from Fearsome. I hope you enjoyed that. Those were some creepy ones, a little harder to explain than some of the other ones I've seen lately. But yeah, that last one and the one before that, that poor lady. Like I said, I've seen 3 or 4 videos of that French lady just having a terrible time in life right now because of a haunting in her house. Now, it could be just a big fake, but it doesn't look like it, and she seems to act very, very scared. So either she's going to get a Best Actress award, or it's real, which is terrifying to think about. But that is another Fright Night Friday in the bag. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe because it's free. Don't forget to do that all with Fearsome as well. He has some great videos. And I might, I don't know, find some TikTok compilations, funny TikTok compilations to do from now on if we don't get too many more Fright Night Fridays in. But until next week, I will catch you in the comments. Bye-bye.